Gentlemen, I have returning to the Princeton Rec Center with me right now, Mad Dog David Lynch.
Thank you very much for having me, Gordon Soley.
What's it like to be back in Princeton? You know these fans have embraced you, Mad Dog.
It's great. I love Princeton. I am so excited about what's getting ready to happen with championship wrestling. I am beside myself.
Well, let's not lose sight. You're here for a reason. The way I understand it, taking on Shanghai Pierce.
That's right. I'm going to meet Shanghai Pierce in the ring in just a minute, and I'm going to take it to him, baby.
That's right. Fans, stay tuned.
But Jason Schaffer, what an interview with Mad Dog David Lynch, and he is headed to the ring right now in front of our fans here. Man, Super Show 3, it's finally here.
Talk about a way to start the night, Joe Brody. Mad Dog David Lynch making his return here in Princeton at the Super Show. You know, these fans love him, and he loves these fans.
Absolutely, and David Lynch, a real veteran of the ring wars over the years, about a 17 or 18-year veteran. He's been all over. He's been in WCW. He's been in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. He's been in Ozark Mountain Wrestling. He wrestled here in West Virginia for a multitude of promotions over the years, and he is back home in West Virginia right here in Championship Wrestling.
Well, you know, you mentioned veteran, and you mentioned a lot of promotions. This other gentleman, and I use the term loosely, making his way to the ring, has been around the block a few times as well, Joe Brody.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Shanghai Pierce, a real veteran, former WCW wrestler years ago, and has been all over as well. And we are awaiting the entrance of one Shanghai Pierce. And here he comes, cowboy hat and cowbell in hand, and he's going to hit the ring. This should be a very, very interesting matchup right here, Jason Schaffer.
You know, he's a member of the Manson family, Joe Brody. You know, we mentioned the Manson family. Certainly they're here tonight and they're in force.
Hey, Hustler Rip Manson, the new the new Championship
Television
Wrestling
champion.
Television champion.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is your opening contest. It is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit.
All right,
first,
Jason, they're making the ring announcements
David
right now.
Lynch.
And there you hear that reaction and that ovation, fans, for one Mad Dog David Lynch, real veteran, as I mentioned earlier. And Shanghai Pierce not getting nowhere near the type of reaction from the fans that Mad Dog David Lynch got. And you always have to be careful. You definitely have to be careful that Shanghai Pierce with that bull rope and that cowbell in the corner. And if referee Pee Wee Harris, he is assigned to this matchup, and what an assignment he drew right out of the gate here at Super Show 3.
Well, that's right, Joe Brody. You know, this is going to be an exciting way to start the night. Absolutely.
Well, it is now. We've got the veteran, actually two veterans, Shanghai Pierce demanding a little bit of help from referee Pee Wee Harrison. As I mentioned, he really drew a tough assignment right out of the gate here at Super Show 3. This matchup between these two veterans. Now, Mad Dog David Lynch is beloved by our fans here in Championship Wrestling, but don't ever think, Jason, that he is above or beyond bending, stretching, or massaging, or even outright breaking a rule.
Who are we talking about, the Brody brothers?
No, absolutely not. The Brody brothers were all of that and a little bit more. But no, the Brody brothers' time in the wrestling ring is definitely over with right now, Jason Schaffer. I can tell you that, and I can guarantee that.
There's the bell, and it looks like we've got a wrestling show here.
Hey, we've got a matchup for sure. Super Show 3 fans right here in Princeton, West Virginia, Saturday, October 3rd. 2009, and there's Shanghai Pierce trying to garner a little bit of fan support. I don't think he'll have much luck at that, Jason.
Look at this, though, Joe Brody. Look at this.
Oh, and there, the veteran Shanghai Pierce took advantage of it and silenced this crowd and silenced Mad Dog David Lynch right out of the gate. And boy, he's firing those shots and those chops in there, Jason.
Oh, right to the turnbuckle, Joe Brody.
And he has just jumped on Mad Dog David Lynch and not giving him an opportunity at this point. Now, Lynch taking his opportunity, not waiting for an opening. He made one himself, firing a couple of overhand right-hand chops a la Wahoo McDaniel.
Shoots him into that corner.
Oh, look at that. Came charging in and met that big boot of Shanghai Pierce coming into the corner. And it looks like a big scoop and a slam. Mad Dog up and down. Shanghai Pierce back on top in the situation right here. And it looks like he's going to try and drop that elbow. And yes, he did. He drove it right into his sternum, Jason Schaffer.
He goes for the cover, Joe Brody, but he comes up a little bit short, only garnering a 2 count tonight. just a 2 count.
Well, the match is very young at this point. The night's very young, and I wouldn't count either one of these men out. And man, did you see that back elbow shot there from Shanghai Pierce, and then he drops another elbow right across the sternum.
He hooks the leg this time, Joe Brody, but still comes away with a 2 count.
You know, he's taking advantage of the situation. He's been all over Mad Dog David Lynch, but he's not going to be able to put the Mad Dog away this early in the matchup with that type of maneuver. There's no way, Jason Schaffer.
Both men definitely focused tonight, Joe Brody. Both men with their eyes on the prize and looking to further themselves right here in West Virginia in championship wrestling.
Well, this is the premier event. Super Show is always the premier event for championship wrestling, and there you have our fans starting to get into it. They're getting behind Mad Dog David Lynch. They want to see him get the win here right out of the gate on Super Show 3, Jason.
Both men down in the center of the squared circle. Both men all about business tonight, Joe Brody.
Well, these two are going to be all about business. Now, I can tell you that absolutely. Now, I will tell you this, Jason Schaffer, you mentioned the Brody brothers, and I can tell you that I have had the opportunity in my career as a wrestler years and years ago to be in the ring with Mad Dog David Lynch as an opponent. Now, I have never wrestled Shanghai Pierce. I've been around him. I've known him. I've been in locker rooms with him. I might have even made a few trips with him in the car going to different towns. Oh, and look at that. He just threw him down by those rather prodigious mutton chops.
You know, both men somewhat bizarre in their own right. Both men unorthodox. I mean, you almost have to ask yourself, how do you prepare to face either one of these opponents, Joe Brody?
The best thing you can do is just get in the gym and get ready. Try to pick out some opponents with similar abilities and size and speed.
Oh, and the dog goes to the outside.
This Shanghai Pierce right out on the ground after him. And this cannot be good for either man right here, Jason Schaffer. They need to really keep this in the ring. And, well, it looks like he's going for the pile driver.
Look at this.
He's going for the pile driver now. No, the second time he's going to try. No, he's going. Oh, he backdropped him. He backdropped him right on the floor. Right
on that unforgiving
floor. And David Lynch showing the effects of the attack that was mounted on him earlier, but he's really turned the tables with that backdrop out here outside the ring on the gymnasium floor, Jason Schaffer.
Both men really feeling the effects of this match, Joe Brody, but pound for pound, they've been just about even thus far. It's hard to call this contest.
Oh, there's no doubt that it's going to be hard to call this. That there's not going to be a winner until somebody gets a 1, 2, 3, if you know what I mean.
You're absolutely right.
Well, I can tell you, I know this without a doubt. Both these men are true professionals, Jason Schaffer. Absolutely true professionals.
Look at this. He just whips Mad Dog David Lynch into that corner. Oh, and he finds himself.
Look at that. Look at that. Now, Shanghai Pierce caught him coming in early on in the match with the exact same move. Pierce got overconfident and took off. And there you hear the fans. They're starting that bark. They're behind Mad Dog David Lynch.
Quick reversal, Joe Brody. Look at this. Oh!
That's going to be it. That's an ace cruncher. That's the ace cruncher.
There's our first 3 count of the evening.
There it is, your winner, Jason Schaffer, Mad Dog David Lynch, over Shanghai Pierce in our opening bout right here on Championship Wrestling.